That is such a good way to look at it. If you're struggling with the actual dumbing down of the language, potentially, which I know a lot of you might be, think about by actually listening to what they're saying and by talking the way that you talk and whatever way you feel that is best appropriate for those clients coming in, you will get reciprocated language back again, and those words and phrases will become a theme. Like we see it in our clients, don't we, in CBA, where people are saying very similar things very often, and we go, that's something we need to highlight here. That's something we need to address in a more obvious way, potentially in our marketing, because it's something that we're seeing a lot of people struggle with. And therefore, if you're doing the same thing, that's only going to be a good thing, so that more people are aware of you, more people know you exist, more people know that you can help them potentially, and you are speaking their language. And, you know, marketing is only a shop window. Like, it's the very diluted version, really, of what they're going to experience when they work with you. So think of it like, if you can, I don't know if this is helping at all, but just think of it like it's like calling you in. What needs to happen for that person to have their ears pricked up and go take note, a little bit of notice, enough for them to walk through the door of the shop?
Yep.
And it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't mean you have to change the way you work. It doesn't, I mean, it might, if the language is a barrier, like if you're going in with a load of jargon on this first session.
I'm going to interrupt you here because I feel like this thought that I've just had is worth going into.
Go on.
The way you've just described that, of like, it's that shop window is getting people in. I wonder if we think that just because somebody has come in, let's say you've dumbed down the advert, the post, the whatever it is, maybe our expectations are off, and we think, oh, because we've dumbed it down, we're now going to attract someone who's not interested in truly understanding, instead of looking at it like that journey where, hold on, it is a shop window to grab your attention. Then it's your job, once they've walked through the door, to do that qualification process.
Do your sales call in a really skillful, connecting way.
Yeah. So,
yeah, could be right.
Because again, I understand how difficult this is, and I can see why a lot of us struggle with it, because like I mentioned earlier, you will hear businesses, including ourselves, talk about describe your ideal client, what do they look like? And I think sometimes we have moved so far into idealistic instead of...
It is that word idealistic, I think, is the theme of this, isn't it?
Instead of, to me, I would rather attract somebody on a values match than I would buy this. Because let's face it, like, we would say the same in CBA. If we were being like really pernickety about everything, we'd go like, well, I want somebody to come in, I want somebody to show up to all the calls, I want somebody to do everything that we tell them to do, even if they don't feel comfortable with it, even if it's hard, we want them to do absolutely everything, because we know if they do everything, you will consistently generate minimum $6,000 a month, and you have the potential to earn more. You have the potential to earn unlimited income. That's the reality.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not.
No. But you can still use those shop front windows to show a bit. Like, if you're not showing any of your personality or any of the personal brand behind your business, like you, basically, and you're not using language that, like, for example, for us, like, our core program is called Get Shit Done. And we go like, just get some shit done. Like, it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. It doesn't matter if it's a bit messy. You will improve. Like, your first iteration will probably be a bit shit. And that's the way that it works. And so you can just keep creating better iterations of it and improving it and testing it and tweaking it. So even us using something like Get Shit Done in a post is kind of alluding to the fact that we want you to come in and do the work, but we're not telling you, you have to do the work. You have to, like, if you don't put the work in, then you're not going to get, we don't have to say that, but we can just use that little strap line, which is like something we used to say a lot. And then we went, why don't we call the program Get Shit Done? Because like we say it a lot. So it can just be something as simple as that, can't it? Where you can start to build a little bit of that personality into it so that you start attracting the right people, but without having to go too deep into how do I actually do that? How do I actually get some people in I want, in the first place? Because the easier, like the disqualification and qualification, the further forward that is done, I don't know if that's the right word, the easier the rest of the process is. So you want the sales call to be as smooth as possible, really, but you're not always going to get that. You're going to get somewhere you have to really dig into it and ask more questions and like discover if that is the right person for you and vice versa. But some of them are going to be like an easy in because they've got the idea behind you and they like what you're putting out and they like the language around it and they can see the value in it as well. So it could be an easier kind of process.